Blog Talk Radio.
Unmarket Your Business, the podcast. Born out of the need to share strategies and techniques that really work to market your business. Think yellow page ads and cold calls are your only choices? That's so last century. You're about to learn tested, tried and true marketing techniques you can apply and master, ones that feel authentic instead of salesy, strategies that are true to who you are and how you want to present yourself to your ideal clients. Let's join our host, Carol Joyce Dunlop, in the studio now and allow business success to move forward. Hey, good afternoon, everyone. This is your host, Carol J. Dunlop. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing awesome. I am in hot Atlanta, and we are having a hot blast. I know it's hot outside, and I'm not going out there. I am staying cool on the inside. I had scheduled a guest today, but I think that something's come up because it's not like her to not connect with me, and I don't know what's happened. I hope everything is good and working fine. So we may have to just reschedule Miss Bridgette to come on because it's just not like her not to be, available and on Facebook and connecting with me. So I hope everything is okay. You know how things go. It's a live show, so that's okay because what we're going to do is we're going to move forward with what we have right now, and I'm always ready. All right? You got to be ready when you have a live show in order to do what you need to do. So we are talking about today this whole month actually is the theme is using groups to move your to market your business. So that's what we're talking about. We're talking about how you can use groups, namely Facebook groups, to actually market your business and get known. So I've titled the chapter that this is coming out of in my book, Unmarket Your Business, 10 Ways for Savvy Entrepreneurs to Stand Out, Stop Struggling, and Start Profiting, is actually chapter 13, Treasure Hunt in Groups. And I went over what I talk about in that, the OPA concept, other people's audience, and how you use other people's audience to actually make your business better and to market your business. So today, let's go over some other notes. I have a checklist at the back of that chapter that will actually let you know how you're getting this stuff done. How are you going to do this? So let's see what we got here. I am actually looking at the book right now. I'm looking at a manuscript. Oh, let me give you an update on what's going on with the book. So right now, my editor, Candace L. Davis, has the book, and I will have it back in my hot little hands probably, by the end of this week. So we're going to start that editing process. Well, the process has already started, so now I've got to complete the edits on my side. And since we were talking about writing a book, we're going to be talking to Bridgette about writing her book. I wanted to go over some information about getting your book done and where I'm at in my process for actually getting my book done. So right now, as I said, Candace has the book. She's going to be giving it back to me this week, by the end of this week. And then what's going to happen at that point is I'm going to have to go over all the edits that she's made and decide if I want to do them, adhere to them, change them, use them, or whatever. There are a couple of changes that I know already that I'm going to make based on just some things that have happened that I want to update some stuff. I want my book to be as up-to-date as possible in reference to marketing and in reference to actually helping you to market your business better. So there's some things that I'm going to do there. And, that's within my right because once the book is actually printed, you can't make any changes unless you issue a new edition of it. And there won't be a new edition of it coming out too soon, so we've got to make sure everything is good. So a lot of people, I've been researching things and deciding what I'm going to do with my book as far as how I'm going to lay it out and what paper I'm going to use, what size I'm going to use for my book, and also the paper color, the different things I'm going to use to market it, just all kind of different things, the decisions that go into this whole thing. And I was talking with my author coach yesterday, Anita Henderson, and we were discussing two things. Number one, I've got some surprises in store for getting the word out about my book. There's a couple of different services I want to use, and one of them is actually crowdfunding. Now, if you think about it, and she gave me this great book on crowdfunding that I'll talk a little bit more about later, that tells you how to figure out what you're doing and, which service you want to go with and all that. And I want to let you know that I want to use crowdfunding as a marketing strategy, because what I want to do is get more people involved in publishing their own books and letting you know along the way how this whole thing is working. How am I using crowdfunding? How do I figure out which crowdfunding platform I'm going to use, because they're all different. And this book that that I'm reading now really kind of spells it out. I just started reading it, and hold on one second. Let me since we got some time, let me tell you what the book is. The book is called, actually, The Crowdfunding Book, a how-to book for entrepreneurs, writers, and inventors, and it's by Patty Lennon. And I just started reading it actually yesterday, and it goes over all the steps you need to do to actually put a crowdfunding program into place. And one thing that I thought was very interesting that she said in the very beginning is that women especially think that if you have to use crowdfunding, it means that you don't have any money, or that you're poor, or that you can't afford to publish your book or whatever, but that's not what it is. And she kind of went on this journey of discovery, figuring out that using crowdfunding was really just another way of marketing. And so if you have been part of the Write Books That Sell Now course, we actually talk about that in one of the Book Sales Accelerator program that we have, where we're interviewing the 4 experts in marketing your book. And one of them actually talked about how you could use crowdfunding to not only fund the whole publication process for your book, but to also market it. And I thought it was excellent, but I didn't quite understand how that went. I mean, to be real, I just got through writing, and we're just into the editing. So I've been marketing things that I've known how to do, which is social media, getting the word out, telling people about my book at every opportunity that I can get. But crowdfunding I've never done, and I wanted to explore it because I think that it can be a fun thing where you can get buy-in from the people who are actually purchasing the book. And in the book, she talks about how you have 2 audiences. You have people who really want to help you, your cheerleaders who are just, excited and just, I could help you. If I could help you in any kind of way get this book out, let me know. But they didn't know a way that it could do it. Crowdfunding helps that. There's also the people who actually are going to read the book. So using crowdfunding is a way to reach them too. So you reach the people who will potentially buy the book and really get into the book and who really need the book. And then you'll reach your cheerleaders who are like, I just love you. Not necessarily your book, but I love you, because your book may not have anything to do with what I'm actually doing. So, for instance, if you're listening to this podcast, you're probably wanting to know different ways that you can market your business. Well, what if you're really I got that down pat. I don't need that. Maybe I need to know how to write a book. Maybe I need to know how to publish a book. Or maybe I'm into something totally different, but I know you as Carol, and I like you, and I want to help you, and what can I do? So, I may or may not be the perfect person to purchase your book, but as a supporter, as someone who's part of your tribe, I want to be someone who, you can say, hey, this person helped me. So crowdfunding is a way for the people to help you get the word out, help you get some funds in there, because that's what it's all about, funding, but you're utilizing the crowd. You're helping people help you. I love that. I was recently watching a documentary about this filmmaker who's in one of the, kind of dicey areas of making films, and she uses crowdfunding or crowdsourcing to actually figure out which film she's going to make. So she puts it out on her Facebook page and her social media and her email newsletter list. We're thinking about doing a film on this subject matter. And actually we're thinking about we have one or two subject matters. Would you like to pick one? So the crowd or her audience picks one. And then she says, this is also what we're thinking about doing with this subject matter. We're going to do this, this, and this. What do you think about that? And the people kind of chime in, and they tell her, well, I like this or I don't like that. I like this scene, sounds good. Maybe that scene you could do this. If you're doing character development, I'd love to see this character. And then she bases her whole film on what her audience says. Isn't that awesome? So what does that do? That means that once she finishes that film, it's more than likely that the people who had an input in it and can actually are going to purchase it and see what parts did she do that I told her about. What parts did she put in there? I'm going to see. I'm going to buy it. And you get this whole, it takes a village scenario to help you out with that. Isn't that totally awesome? So that's what I want to use crowdfunding to do with my book. I want this whole it takes a village, which I talk about all the time. I talk about collaboration, how we all need to work together, especially as women. We need to work together to help build our business up. Because I know that as women, as business owners, we are ready, willing, and able to market our book, to market our business and our book successfully. But what I found is that most women don't know that. They think that marketing is a dirty word or a scary word, or maybe it's both. Maybe it's dirty and it's scary, and they don't know how to utilize the power of marketing to help them get the word out about the business. But the whole thing is just like sales is a conversation. And I learned that from one of my coaches. Sales is really just a conversation. You're having a conversation with someone to let them know, first of all, they're letting you know what they need, and then you're letting them know, oh, okay, you need this. Well, I offer this, and these are my fees for it. It's a conversation. It's not something that you just dread and you're chewing on your nails like, oh, my God, we're going to get to the price part. What are we going to do? It is a conversation. So marketing is another conversation that you have with both the audience that you have now and the potential audience that you have in the future, because you're actually prepping them to let them know, this is what I have now, this is probably what I'll have in the future, how can I help you get to where you want to be? So that's how I kind of look at it. Marketing is, you're letting people know, this is what I got, hey, but you're marketing to the people who need what you have. You're not just kind of throwing a blanket over everything and throwing all your stuff out there and say, hey, like on a yard sale, I'm selling all this stuff, so come on and pick through what you want, and I'm sure you'll find something. No, that's not how we successfully market our business. We successfully market our business by having set things that we are, set services, set products for a set scope of people. And we know what these people want. We know what these people are looking for. We know what their business is or what their pain points are, and we know what they need. So we create products around what they need, and then we sell it to them. Basically, that's what it is. So when you're marketing it, you have to get in front of the people who need the stuff that you have to let them know that, hey, I have this. This is how it helps you, and then they'll buy from you. Basically, that's what it is, right? Yep, exactly. So when you're writing a book, that's the same thing you're doing. You're putting what you have into book form, into written or electronic book form, so that it's compressed in this one little piece of thing, this one little book that you're publishing. You're putting it out there, and you're saying, hey, audience who I know about, I've got something for you that is going to be excellent and awesome, and is going to help you do the things that you're wanting to do, because I have the answers to solve your problems. Boom. That's really what a book is about, a business building book. Now, if you're putting, you can even do it with a memoir. You can do it with a how-to book. You can do it with other kinds. But my book is not a memoir book. It is basically a how-to book, how to market or unmarket your business successfully, and it showcases the 10 ways that I've used in my business to market it. So this month, as I said, marketing using Facebook groups or not just Facebook groups, but groups in particular, other people's audience. That is one of the tactics that I've used, and it works. And I go through in the chapter, and on the first episode of this month, I went through how you do that, how you figure out which groups are right for you, which groups have your ideal, perfect clients in there, how you approach them, how you talk to them, how you actually get business from them. Establishing, really and truly, it's about establishing a relationship first. It's about getting to know someone. If you think about it, you wouldn't just walk up to someone on the street and say, hey, how you doing? My business is so-and-so. Don't you want to buy something? You wouldn't do that, right? It seems kind of crazy when you say it, but a lot of people do that. They think that, if they're working, quote-unquote, working a Facebook group or working a group, and could be a networking group, that's what they do. Hey, how you doing? I'm so-and-so. This is my service. Don't you want to buy it? Or maybe people, and I know that people do that with their book. Hey, I'm so-and-so. I wrote this book. Don't you want to buy it? No, I don't want to buy your book. I don't want to get involved with your business, but I would like to understand more about you. But if you approach someone like that in the very beginning, they may not even be looking to get to know more about your business, because they may be like, I'm put off by what you're saying, and no, I don't want to know anything that you're talking about. So if you're just downloading this, if you're just listening to this later, or maybe you're listening online or you've dialed in, this is not Empower Your Dream. Well, I guess it is Empower Your Dreams by writing your book. But my special guest, Bridgette, something has happened, and she has not been able to come to the show today. So we're doing a show about how you empower your dreams by writing your book, how you get your book out there. Now, the whole theme of this podcast is unmarketing your business. It's really about turning marketing on its head and doing the things that you need to do that are not traditionally thought about as marketing, but marketing as a way of starting a conversation, building a relationship, and getting people to know you for what you do, how you can help them solve their pain, get rid of their pain points, and how they will become like a raving fan, an advocate for your business, and help you actually get the word out about what you do. So we will do Bridgette's episode again. I think something happened. I have no idea. I have not talked to her. I have not spoken to her. So I know that something came up. But we will redo this episode. I guess I'll have to tweak the headline to be Empower Your Dreams by Writing Your Book number 2 so that you'll know what it is. But I'm glad you're listening in. I'm glad you downloaded. I hope you're not disappointed. Please don't be, because I always like to give great value, give you some awesome content that you can use anyway. So we were talking about how this whole month is about treasure. It's based on my Chapter 13 treasure hunting groups. And basically it talks about Facebook groups, but there are other groups that you could use, and you could even apply this to networking groups. I love networking. I'm a big networker. I have never met a stranger. I really love to meet new people and find out all about them and what they're doing and what their business is about, which is all about what being in an online group is about too. And I want to know from them how I can help them grow their business, or how, and not necessarily by utilizing my products or services, but who can I tell about you? Let me dig deep into my Rolodex and see who can I refer you to that's going to help you build your business. Because you know what happens with that? That gives you karma points, cool points. When you help someone else do something that they're looking to do to help them, they're going to look at you like, oh, she helped me. I have somebody else. I can help you. I can introduce you to this person, and you just never know what's going to come of it. Now, that doesn't happen all the time. It may not even happen for years with a person. It could happen as quick as the next day, but you're always trying to be of service to the other person when you meet them, whether you meet them online in a group or whether you meet them in a networking, face-to-face group. You're always trying to help them to build their business. So never lose sight of that. So that is a great unmarketing strategy, to always be on the lookout for how you can help the next sistership business person. Because my hashtag is #sistership, and that is about each one reaching one, teaching one, and then elevating one to the next level of success. Because it really does take a village to make your business successful. You can't do this on your own. And I seriously doubt, I would almost be willing to bet that the most successful women in business, men in business, people in business are not doing it on their own. As a matter of fact, last night I was watching America's Got Talent. And, of course, this is a show that they drag out for, 2 hours, I think, when they're doing the results. But there was one scene where Howie Mandel was backstage with, what is the host? What's her name? Why can't I think of her name? Tyra Banks. Thank you, brain. With Tyra Banks. And he was saying, I just want to say that you look awesome. You look fabulous. And she was like, it takes a village, honey. And in that one sentence, I knew exactly what she meant. She meant that she could not get herself to looking that gorgeous by herself. She had a hair person. She had a makeup person. She probably had a person to calm her down, a person to feed her her lines. She had all the people who were, the teleprompter people, the lights, all this stuff. It wasn't just her. And she really acknowledged that right away. So I want you to think about that in your business. You can't do it alone. Even if you tried, you can't. You don't hold enough power, enough knowledge, enough stuff in your little brain to do it all by yourself. So you need other people in your business to help you. And I am full on about collaborating. I love collaborating. Collaboration has built my business. I couldn't do the stuff that I've done by myself. I've collaborated with women business owners. I haven't really collaborated with a lot of men business owners, except for my husband, my dear sweet husband. We collaborate all the time, but as far as, I love working with women business owners. I know women. I just think we're the bomb.com, and I also think that we don't give ourselves enough credit, enough props. We don't believe in ourselves enough. I say we because I suffer from that too sometimes. I get that little thing in my head like I'm not good enough, or I can't make this work, or, I don't feel brilliant today. I don't feel like I could do the best that I know I could do. I'm like scared of reaching to the top and scared of the success. We all feel that. But there are other days when I get up and I'm like empowered. I'm like, yes, nobody has more brilliance than me. I am at the top of my game. I am awesome, and I can do anything in the world that I want. So that's why I say we don't give ourselves enough credit. Now, men, for instance, men will always give themselves credit. I look to be more like men in that aspect of life and in business, because if they run up on something that they don't understand, or they want to go for something, they just really go for it. They don't even think I can, or maybe I don't have enough education, or maybe I don't have enough training, or they don't think they just go. They just go. But women are not necessarily like that. Women are, if we run up on something that we feel like we don't have enough education or we don't have experience, we tend to not want to do it. We tend to want to, oh, man, I need to go back to school, or I may need to get some more information on this. Maybe I need somebody's help. Fine. If you need help, fine. But just know that you can do this. You can do this all. You can do this. You can't do this by yourself, but you can do this. And I want to say that you can do this all on your own, not by yourself, but all on your own. You can go out and collaborate with the people that you need to collaborate with. Bring them into your fold, and together, you both will build something amazing. I'm telling you. Because if I didn't have my two partners in success, now my number one partner in success, who has been with me for the past 23 years, is my husband, Alvin. Love him to death. He's awesome. We have built this business together. He's my confidant. He's everything to me. And without him, this business would not be where it is now. But then I have another business, and I have two partners in success with that. We've only been in business for about 3 years, and that's Candace and Anita in Write Books That Sell Now. And, we rely on people. We rely on each other. We have collaborated on certain things, and it's awesome. It's great. I'm glad that I have them to lean on, and that I don't have another business that I have to run all by myself. No, I have partners in both, so it's really cool. So we are coming down to the very end, and I know this probably wasn't the episode that you thought you were tuning into, but I'm hoping that you got good value out of it anyway. So I would love for you to do me a favor. Please let me know. You can do a couple of different things. You can give me a review on iTunes. You can give me a review on Blog Talk Radio. You can give me a review by going to csicorporation.com. That's where the podcast is. And you can tell me about, the shows, the episodes, what you would like to see more of. If you need some explanation for something, or if you'd like to be a guest on the show, definitely you can do that. I want you to go to csicorporation.com/podcast, and you can see the other episodes. You can listen to the episodes. You can download them, and then at the very end, we'll also let you know how you can get on a list to be updated about upcoming shows, how you can be a guest, and all that good stuff. So I wanted to thank you for tuning in today. Thank you for being a part of this, and just do me a favor, say a prayer about Bridgette. She's always on her game, so I know something happened. And I hope that, everything is okay. And we will have part 2 of this. If not, it probably won't be next week or probably in September. And maybe that'll be closer to when her book is actually releasing, because she was going to be talking about her book today. So anyway, Carol J. Dunlop, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for being a part of and listening to this. Please tell your friends about the podcast and let me know about other ways that I can help you. I want to be of service and help you, and maybe we can collaborate on something. Have a great one. See you next week. Thanks for listening. We truly appreciate it. For information about guests, products, or services that were mentioned in this episode, log on to our website at www.csicorporation.com/unmarketing. To learn more, get a glimpse of our upcoming schedule, and join the unmarketing nation of entrepreneurs who are using marketing techniques that work right now. Until next time, keep moving forward.